What's going on? We here, baby. We here. I know I ain't tapped in a minute. We gonna break it down though. Let's break this whole thing down. Who y'all got winning so far? Y'all got Drake or Kendrick? We gonna talk about it, man. We gonna break it down. I got time today. I ain't been on in a minute. It's a full-fledged war. We got two sides going at each other. We got two records, four records, 4.5 records. We got 4.5 records. We got Like That. We got the AI Drake with Tupac and Snoop. We got this new joint he dropped today. We got Euphoria and we got Push Ups. So yeah, look here. We gonna break this thing down. It's a lot of. See, the thing I don't like about this is a lot of the BS. That's new. The BS that we didn't have to deal with. The internet BS. The memes and the spinning of the narratives, the fake narratives, spinning words, and you got all kind of goofy niggas online that are just reaching and they bringing up different points, right? And they saying slick stuff, and they saying like real uneducated stuff, like Kendrick never said. Look here, let's start here. Kendrick never said that Drake can't say the N-word because he's mixed. Why is people running around saying this? Why? I don't understand. I don't understand why they saying that. Okay, what he said was he doesn't like when Kendrick says, when Drake says the N-word. And quite frankly, when I first heard it, I didn't like it neither. There's a clip out there of Drake saying the N-word, but he said it with the ER. He was trying to be cool and trying to say it, like one of us, but he said it with the ER. So, there's plenty of mixed brothers out here that I rock with. My son is mixed, my daughter is mixed. So we not gonna do that. But there's plenty of mixed brothers out here. It flows off their tongue, okay? It flows, right? But Drake, now look here. Drake, when he says it, not so much as of recent, but when we first started hearing him with his tough persona, it didn't really flow. And let me tell y'all what's going on right now. Because a lot of the guys that's on Drake's team, and I'm not on any team. I like Drake, I like Kendrick. But what a lot of the guys are doing is they are looking at this from a superstar standpoint. Who's the richest? Who's the flyest? Who is the most flamboyant? Who has the best beat? Okay, this is how they looking at this thing, right? This is a competition between real and fake. That is what's going on right now. I'm sorry, I like Drake. But Future, Rick Ross, Metro Boomin, Pusha T, Joe Budden, who else? Kendrick Lamar. They are exposing Drake for being fake. And I'm sorry. We have gotten to the point today in hip hop where we love it. We love Drake. We love what he does. We love his music. We don't care about who he really is. But what these guys are telling us is who he really is. And to some people, that still counts. All right? A lot of people, it doesn't count to a lot of people. You can be whoever you want to be. You can be as fake as you want to be. It doesn't matter as long as you have a nice beat and you can flow. What Kendrick is doing is he's picking apart Kendrick plus everybody else. Drake did something to these brothers. Okay? Drake did something to these brothers. I want to know what he did to these brothers because they are exposing him. Now, they're saying he got the rich baby daddy, which would be Lucien Grange. If you're not familiar with who Lucien Grange is, he's a very, very powerful record executive, okay? Now, they're saying that Drake has this relationship with Lucien to where he can get whatever he wants. The brothers don't get whatever they want in the industry. But Drake, what they're saying is And what it's starting to look like is Drake is a spoiled brat within the industry. And he's cheating his way through this whole music thing. We we know he has great music. We know he has a great personality. We know Drake has a great rollout. He has a great persona. But not everybody is afforded the the perks of this relationship. And these brothers are calling it out. Okay? The cease and desist that are being given out that on Drake's behalf. This is behavior of a spoiled brat. And it's starting to look like see the Drake that we get on the 21 records, the Drake that we get on the Little Baby records, this cool mixed cat that's in the street, that's good in the hood. That's not what's going on behind the scenes. What's going on behind the scenes is Drake is making phone calls, okay? Drake is making phone calls. He is whining and crying to the powers that be, and he's trying to do things and we call it bitch assness, okay? I believe, and it's just my conjecture, I believe behind the scenes, Drake is doing a lot of bitch assness. And if you listen to the diss tracks, they are calling him out on this. So online, on Facebook, on Instagram, what's going on is there's a battle between the Drake fans, the Kendrick fans, then you have a hip hop fan such as myself that's in the middle. I'm not biased. I mean, I'm not on anybody's team, dog. All right, big dog. I'm not on anybody's team. I'm always on the right side. I'm always on the right team. You understand? I'm always on what's right and standing on what's correct. So, a lot of the guys that are rooting for Drake, and they saying Kendrick's Euphoria song was not good or it was mid. Now listen, I've never been a Kendrick Lamar fan. I don't like his voice. I don't like the style of music. I have respect for him as an artist because he has a lot of substance. So I have respect for that. And I respect what he does. I've never purchased any of his music. I've never hit play on Kendrick Lamar's music. But let me tell you something. That Euphoria, and I'm going to go back and listen to the one he dropped today, right? But that Euphoria track is, it is surgical, okay? It is a surgical diss track. If you listen to what he's saying, when he talks about fatherhood, listen, this is real versus fake. This is not about light skin versus dark skin. This is not about, yeah, I heard, I seen it. I got to go back and listen to the whole joint. This is not about light skin versus dark skin. This is right. This right here is about real versus fake. Okay. This is about a brother that's worried about teaching his children the right things in life versus somebody who appears to not really deal or give their son the jewels. They just a cool ass superstar. So if you listen to Euphoria, man, Kendrick Lamar calls that out. And I know for a father such as myself, that was a big win right there. That's a major point. Kendrick Lamar also said that, he pretty much said, Drake, you're the only one that cares about being famous, or you're the only one that loves being famous. So you got a contrast between somebody who got it out the mud, got out the trenches, right? And is doing his art, but he's not wrapped up in the fame. All right. On the other hand, you got Drake. You could tell he loves the fame, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do your thing. But when it comes to this battle, man, between real and fake, when it comes to this battle between substance and shallowness, Kendrick Lamar has the upper hand. My opinion, he's up right now. I believe Drake is coming, and I believe he's going to come with something real heavy. You understand? Or he could run. We saw him run from Pusha T. All right? Go back and listen to Joe Budden's diss track. Joe Budden told us this 5 years ago. Everything that these guys are saying right now, Joe Budden already said this 5 years. Everything. He said all this stuff in his diss track to Drake. But I want to get back to the mix thing, right? Cause people keep saying that he told me he couldn't say the N word because he's mixed. The brother never said that, man. He never said he couldn't say the N word because he was mixed. He said he didn't like it. Now listen, when Drake first came out, I was not a fan. I think a lot of brothers such as myself that came up in the 90s, we was kind of like, we was like, nah, the song is cool, but this guy's, he's a weenie, dog. He's a goddamn weenie, all right? That was our initial reaction. But what happened? Let me tell y'all what happened. He came out, we didn't take him serious, right? We knew he had skills. But what happened? He got next to Rick Ross. He was with Lil Wayne. He got next to the brothers, okay? Like Rick Ross said, he went to the park and he started hanging with the brothers. And that gave him, he got with Future. I remember when he didn't show up to the Tony Montana video shoot. Y'all remember that big record Future had? Tony Montana. In the Loop, LLC in the building. What's going on, man? And the fact he did a song with Sexy... Look here, let me talk about that Sexy Red thing, right? Because I seen through that, I saw through that. It looks like he's pandering to black women. That's what it looks like to me. I don't buy that shit. I don't believe Drake deals with women like Sexy Red. I don't believe he likes to be in the same room as women, as Sexy Red. I believe he's pandering to black women. He's been pandering to the black community, right? This whole time, he went and did a song with Black Boy JB. He went and did songs with Lil Baby. He's done songs with Future. Back to the Future thing, right? When Tony Montana came out, that song that Future had, Drake got on a remix. Drake got on a remix of Fetty Wap. Drake knows to go get with the brothers, right? That are just coming up, because it validates his blackness. I'm sorry to tell you, that's just what it is, man. And these brothers keep reiterating that. Everybody's reiterating that, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're going to get called out on it. The brothers is going to call you out on it. But he didn't show up to the Future Tony Montana video shoot. I remember that vaguely because I was waiting for that video because I used to spin that record when I was DJing. My brother sent me that before it even reached Maryland, before it even reached up north. So yeah, man. I believe Drake is doing a lot of bitch assness behind the scenes. I believe the guy that we see talking that talk, right? The guy that we see talking that talk on these records, that's not him, man. And it's being revealed. And what's going on is when the smoke clears, Drake is going to be wounded. He's going, okay. Triple C's Treehouse, what's up, man? What's going on, big dog? When the smoke clears, Drake is going to be wounded. This is a chink in his armor. He been running. Everybody's been wondering, how has this man had a 10-year run? How? This man has been unstoppable. He's been at the top for over, what's it been, 14 years maybe? Somewhere around there. And now we know it's been exposed. Him and Lucien Grange, that's the dude responsible for 6ix9ine. May I add that. Him and Lucien Grange, and on top of that, let's look at this, man. He is a small hat. He's a small hat, okay? And not saying nothing derogatory, but we know how that crew sticks together. We know how that lineage sticks together. Now imagine being probably, what, is he the only small hat in rap? Everybody talks about how the small hats run the industry, right? Think about this. If Drake is the only small hat in the hip hop community, now we have the answers to why he has not fallen off, and there's no signs of him falling off. In 10 years, he's had the best run in hip hop, hands down. Nobody has had a better run than Drake. Nobody. What the brothers are telling us, what the brothers are telling us is this is not by mistake. They are telling us that he has a cheat code. And it looks like they're sick of it. It looks like the brothers are sick of it, dog. It's like the big brother. It's like your step brother. It's like your step brother that gets all the treats and gets all the privileges. I don't have a step brother, but it's like the step brother that gets all the treats and privileges. And after a while, you're like, man, I'm sick of this. He gets favored. He's getting all his favor, man. And he's acting like it's him. He's acting like he's great. He's not. It's not. He's great. He's getting favored. You dig? So it's so many layers to this thing, man. Again, I'm not a big Kendrick fan, but right now Kendrick is in the lead. He's hitting home, bro. On the track that he released today, he talks about how the people in Drake's circle are not on his team. I only listened to it one time. I was at the gym, but they said that the people on his team, he had some leaks in his team. Said he rolls with 100 people, and a certain percentage out of those 100 people want to see his demise. That's what Kendrick said today. That's what he released on Back to Back. You dig? And I believe it. I believe it. See, the thing about this thing, right? I've seen this story before in the streets. I've seen somebody privileged, right? Come hang with the brothers. I think everybody has seen this story. Somebody privileged come hang with the brothers. I remember if you had a car in my neighborhood, right? We want you in that neighborhood. We want you to come around. But if you make the wrong goddamn move, your ass is grass. You make the wrong look here. If you don't come pick us up one day, right? If you don't come pick us up one day, we know you're not from around the way, right? That's cool because you're bringing something to the table. We know that you're not from around the way. We gonna rock with you because you bring something to the table. That's that goddamn vehicle. RP my nigga Clue, man. We know you got that car, right? And I'm comparing this as an analogy for Drake. Somebody that's not from around the way, they come around the way. We allow them to come around the way because they have that car. But that one time they don't come pick us up when we need to go somewhere, ass is grass, man. And that's what's going on right now. They let Drake come through. They knew. The brothers knew. They held Drake high because they knew he was clicked in with all the powerful people in the industry. Drake did something. One thing that he did, y'all know one thing that he did that Ross told us? Ross told us he sent a cease and desist to French Montana. Why? I don't know. I have no clue. But that is what we call bitch assness. That's the equivalent of not coming to pick the brothers up when we have requested to be picked up, okay? So that's one thing that he did wrong that we know. And I believe there's a plethora of other things. I believe there's a plethora of other things. My opinion, bro, I believe that last album was 21 Savage really pissed the brothers off. I believe that really said this guy's getting too big for his britches. All this spinning music, I believe the brothers was like, look here, we gonna knock him down a peg or two. Because he's getting a little too big for his britches, man. He's doing a little too much. And I believe that's what happened. I believe that's one of the things. It's a lot of stuff that has happened. For all these cats to be coming out against him, they said they don't trust him. They don't trust him. That's what they said. We don't trust you. What is that about? Why don't they trust Drake? Could he be clicked in with law enforcement? See, a lot of these guys that are defending Drake, and I'm not against Drake, but a lot of these guys that are defending Drake, they care about the coolness. They care about I don't even want to say swag, that's an old term. They care about the sauce that Drake brings to the table. They care about the nice beats, the nice melodies. That's all they care about. They don't care about the substance. What's going on deep down inside? What type of person is this? How is he interacting with his fellow artists in the industry? Right? They don't care nothing about that. But it's some of us that do look at those things, and we're gonna look at it. We're gonna look. What are you doing, sir? Sir, what are what are you doing? Are you practicing bitch assness? What's going on? I'm one of those people, man. That's why I give Kendrick. I'm not gonna stop listening to Drake or nothing, but I give Kendrick the W as of today. Unless Drake pops up, Drake has to pop up with something. He has to pop up with something that's amazing. It has to be amazing. Whatever he comes with, it has to be amazing for me to give him this W. I'm not talking about music. I'm talking about real life shit. Kendrick, I love the angle that he came from. That was very smart. They came with real life shit. Drake talks about stats, right? He hit him with the stats. He talked about what he's done for Kendrick, right? Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. All right, he's bragging about his greatness. But we just talked about, is it greatness, or does he have favor within the power structure of the industry? Does he have a cheat code? I believe he does. The evidence tells us Drake has a cheat code to the industry, and the brothers don't like it anymore. Of course, the brothers is going to use it to their advantage, and Ross, he did that. You know what I'm saying? He rocked out with Drake. They were supposedly good friends at a point in time, but it seems as if at this point, that relationship may be over. I'm very interested to see what's going to come next. I want y'all to drop your comments, man. Tell me who you think is winning. I want to say this real quick because I want to say again. I gotta bring this home. I'm not a Kendrick fan. I respect what he does. I respect his persona. I respect him as an artist. But I've never pressed play. I've always fast forwarded all Kendrick songs, all of them. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I'm sorry, but I want to say this. The cats that don't like it or say it's corny, such as Gilly the Kid, I don't believe they listen to it many times. I believe they may be biased against Kendrick. I believe they may not like Kendrick. I didn't let my dislike for it or my distaste for his music, I didn't let that get in the way of me judging his battle. You understand? I'm judging this from a objective standpoint. But a lot of these cats, man, they don't know what's going on. A lot of these guys that are cheerleading for Drake, they have no idea what Kendrick is talking about. They're out of the loop. They're not up to speed. That's the reality of the situation. You dig? They're not up to speed, man. So when Kendrick and Ross, when they talking that talk, the guys on the other side, they don't know what the fuck is going on. And that is symbolism for the real versus fake, right? So somebody made a post. Somebody made a post the other day, said, I don't know what's softer, these rap dudes or these rap fans, right? So the real versus the fake, the guys that don't know what's going on, the guys that aren't intelligent enough to actually listen, the guys that aren't in a loop enough to actually understand the politics that are going on behind the scenes, versus the guys who are tuned into the substance, versus the guys that are tuned into the politics, that are tuned into right and wrong, right? We're not gonna act like Drake can't be beat. We was calling him Thanos, right? Because it appeared that he was Thanos. But Pusha T already spanked him, man. Pusha T already spanked him. Nobody wants to talk about that. No, and what did he do when Pusha T spanked him? He ran to Jay Prince. He ran to his dad. He ran to Lucien Grange, right? And said it wasn't fair. That's what he did. That's what he did, man. And that's not the game we play, dog. That's not how we do. It's just use the analogy of the park. You come to the park, we let you in the neighborhood. You come to the park, and you've been around for a while, right? So now you feeling yourself. You smelling your piss, right? We let you in the park, and you start running your mouth to one of the officials. You start running your mouth to one of the people that are from the neighborhood, and we say, all right, cool. Well, now you got to see him. Now you got to see his hands. That's the equivalent of running home and saying, no, I'm gonna go call the police. Or no, I don't want to fight. No, you got to stand and you got to fight now, dog. You know what I'm saying? You can't use your privilege, in these situations, man. You can't use your privilege in hip hop. You can't say, oh, he talked about 40 sickness. Oh, he talked about my son. Nah, you can't do that. And that's what he did. Pure bitch assness. But I still ate up. Let me tell you something, man. Push-ups is my shit. When push-ups is a hot record. It's probably one of the hottest records of the year so far. Like That is hot. Push-ups is hot. When you hear push-ups come on in the club, it rings off in the club, dog. So make no mistake, man. I like Drake's persona. I have fallen victim to the newness that, that's going on today. We don't look into the backgrounds. We don't really care about that today, especially as we grown older. We don't really care about that. But at the same time, we're going to look at it. And if somebody points it out in the battle, they win. They win. Because we already knew. We already knew that Drake was from Degrassi High, right? That he was not really of the culture. Let's be real. Let's be real, dog. Let's keep it 100. We already knew Drake was not from the culture, dog. The new kids, they don't know about none of this shit. I just seen a clip today of Drake talking about his Jewish status and how he's Jewish and how the world is going to love him because he's Jewish. And go look that up, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to everybody. But I'm just saying, it's not the same guy that we see today. It's not the cool motherfucker with the cornrows and the accent. I remember when he came out, we heard his accent, right, on the records, and then you go to an interview and you hear his accent and you like, whoa, bud, like what the? We called that out early. I don't know about y'all, but me and people like me, we like, whoa, why is he talking like that? Why does he talk like that off the record? But on the record, he sounds like somebody else. How does that work? And guess what's happening, man? Right now, it's coming full circle. These brothers is on here saying, look, bro, that's not you. We let you play for a little bit, but now the jig is up, man. And I'm not mad at him for that. Now, let's see if the boy can get himself out of this pickle. All right? I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. I may tap back in when Drake drops. I'm gonna always give you the objective perspective. So make sure you stay tuned in. Leave a comment, like the video, share the video if you want, right? But leave a comment, tell me who you think the winner is so far, because it ain't over till it's over. The boy is coming, all right? Y'all have a good one. Peace.